Today someone is here with me. Do you want to meet her? And here is she. She's a tiny cute girl. You know her name? Her name is Thumbelina. She's here to tell a story to us. She wanted to tell a story to all of us, and the story is all about her. I am excited to hear that story. Are you? Okay, then let's listen to her story. One day, a woman, can you see her? She looks very sad, right? Why she is sad? Because she was alone. She don't have any children. She was sad and she always wished to have a baby girl. One day she was sitting alone and she was very sad. Okay, that time who came, you know? A fairy came there. A fairy came and asked, "What happened? Why are you sad? What do you want?" Then the woman got surprised and she said, "I want a baby girl." Then what fairy did you know? Fairy gave her one seed and she said, "You take this seed and plant it in a pot and water it daily." And fairy vanished. Then the woman thought, why she has given a seed to me? Okay, let me plant it and water it daily and see what miracle is going to happen. Then the woman planted the seed in the pot and watered daily. After few days she noticed that a beautiful tulip flower in that plant, and that flower looks very beautiful, and the woman went and touched the flower. What happened, you know, at that time? The petals were opened and one cute tiny little girl came out from that flower. And here is she. Who is she? She's Thumbelina, right? I told you before. So she came out from that tulip flower and the woman said, "You are so small as my thumb, so I will call you Thumbelina." The woman loved Thumbelina and she took good care for her. But Thumbelina also was very sad. Why she was sad? She was sad because she had no friends to play. How do you feel, children, if you don't have any friends to play? You will feel alone, right? And you will be sad. Like that, Thumbelina was also very sad. One day, she was sitting near a pond. That time she heard some noise. Then she looked here and there. Then she saw, who was that, you know? That was a frog. Okay. And frog asked Thumbelina, "Hey, tiny girl, can you be my son's friend?" Then Thumbelina, she is only this much, right? Our thumb size. And she said, "No, I can't be your son's friend. You are too big. Your son will be also too big. I don't want to be your son's friend." The frog got very angry. And one night, when Thumbelina was sleeping, the frog went to her home and carried her to Frog's house. Where is Frog's house? It's in the pond. So, when Thumbelina woke up, she saw a big frog. That was another frog's son. And she got frightened. And she asked, "Where I am?" Then he said, "Hey, cute girl, can you be my friend?" Then Thumbelina said, "No, I can't be your friend. I want to go from here and she started running from there. But it is a pond, right? Water will be there. Then what did she do? She got a leaf boat and she sat on that leaf boat and started rowing. Where? Towards her home. At that time, a swallow bird was watching all these things. Who is this? A swallow bird. She went near to Thumbelina and asked, "You looks very sad. Okay, I will take you to one beautiful place." Then Thumbelina also thought, okay, I will go with this bird. Then she climbed on this bird and they both flew together to a beautiful place. The swallow bird dropped Thumbelina near to a beautiful palace. There were full of flowers, and swallow bird said, "This is a king's palace and this is the palace of flowers." Okay, then Thumbelina went inside the palace. There she met a prince. Look at the prince. He's very handsome, right? She met the prince and he was also as tiny as Thumbelina. And he introduced, okay, "Hi, I am Pointer." What is the prince's name? Pointer. "Can you be my friend?" Then Thumbelina said, "Yes, I can be your friend." Then they started playing together, dancing together, singing together, and they enjoyed a lot inside that palace. After few days, Thumbelina was again sad. Why? Because she was missing her mother. She wanted to go and meet her mother. She called her friend and she said, "Dear friend, I want to go and meet my mother." Then he said, "Okay, let's go together. Our swallow bird can help us." Then they both, what did they do? They sat on swallow's back and they flew together to Thumbelina's house. They met Thumbelina's mother and the Pointer, and Thumbelina started living with Thumbelina's mother very happily. Here, our tiny Thumbelina faced many problems, but she didn't give up, right? She tried to overcome that one, and at the end, she got the best. In that way, children, you will also face many problems in your life. But nothing is impossible. You have to make it possible. Don't think anything is impossible. Okay? Try hard and overcome it. So, this is the moral of the story. I hope you have enjoyed the story of our Thumbelina. Now, we are going to learn an interesting topic of subtraction. Okay, last video you learned about addition. Now you are going to learn about subtraction. Let's see what is subtraction. Children, I have got balloons here. I love to play with balloons. How many balloons ma'am has? Ma'am has 3 balloons. You want to count? 1, 2, 3. I love to play with balloons. What about you children? My one balloon popped. Oh God. Now I have only 1, 2 balloons. What I will do? Yes, I had 3 balloons, and when one balloon popped, only 2 balloons left out. This is how we do subtraction. Subtraction is nothing but taking away. That is taking away from many objects, okay, from a group of objects. I will explain you how we can do subtraction. Now children, can you see 4 fishes here? How many fishes? Let's count it. 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 fishes. And from this, I am going to cross out 2 fishes. Okay? 2 fishes I am going to cross out. 1, 2. So, now how many fishes left? 1, 2. Now there are 2 fishes. There were 4 fishes and I crossed out 2 fishes. Then how many fishes left? There are 2 fishes now, right? So, subtraction means taking away from group of objects. And it says what is left after taking away the objects, what is left. So here, how we will write subtraction? Addition, we had a symbol, right? Plus symbol, like that. Subtraction also has a symbol and we call it as minus. Okay, I will show you how to write that one. Here, I had 4 fishes. So I wrote 4. Now, I will write the minus symbol. This is minus symbol. This is the symbol of subtraction. Okay. Then, how many fishes I crossed out? 2 fishes, right? So, I have to write 4 minus 2. Then, is equal to we will write when we will write an answer. So, 4 fishes were there. I crossed out 2. Now how many left? 1, 2. So 2. This is how we do subtraction. Here what I did? From 4, I took away 2 and what is left? 2. That is 4 minus 2 equals 2. Okay, now I will show you with ice cream sticks. Here I have few ice cream sticks. Let me count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Total I have 8 ice cream sticks. Now from this 8, I am going to take away 5. Okay, I am going to take away 5. So, I will take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now how many ice cream sticks left with ma'am? 1, 2, 3. So, how I will write that one? I had 8 ice cream sticks. From that, I took away 5. Then how many left? Only 3 left out. That means 8 minus 5 equals 3. Now, let's do subtraction with these beads. How many beads are there? Let's count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, I wrote it as 10. Okay. From that, I have to take out 5. 10 minus 5 means I have to subtract 5 from 10. So, I have to take away 5 from 10 beads. So, I will take away, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now see how many beads left out. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When I subtracted 5 from 10, I got the answer as 5. That is, when I take away 5 beads from 10 beads, how many beads left out? 5 beads left out. So subtraction gives how many objects are left out from the group of objects. Children, do you remember addition? We did with fingers also, right? In that way, how we can do subtraction with fingers? Let's look at that. Here, I have written 7 minus 2. This minus means, what is minus mean? Subtract. Subtract 2 from 7. So, first 7, right? So, what we have to do? We have to show 7 fingers. You have to take 7 fingers, okay? Let's take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I have to do 7 minus 2. For that, in subtraction, what we have to do? We have to fold the fingers. We have to fold 2 fingers. For addition, we added the fingers. Correct? Here we have to fold the fingers. So I will fold 1, 7 minus 2 we are doing. So 1, 2. Now how many fingers left? Can you count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So when we subtract 2 from 7, the answer is 5. Okay? Okay, if it's not clear to you, I'll tell you one more example. 9 minus 4. Here, we have to subtract 4 from 9. We have to take away 4 from 9. For that, how many fingers I have to show you first? 9, right? Okay, let's take 9 fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. After, we are going to do 9 minus 4. So, I have to fold 4 fingers. So, let's do 1, 2, 3, 4. What is the answer now? It is 5, right? When we do 9 minus 4, the answer is 5. I hope you understood how to do subtraction with the fingers. Okay, you have to practice more problems of subtraction. It is there in your book also. You can practice that also. Now children, let's do an activity on subtraction. This you can do at your home also. If you have blocks, please take 10 blocks from that one and stack it one by one. Okay, 10 blocks. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and stack it one by one. After that, you have to take a dice and you have to roll it. Here, ma'am got 3. So, what I am going to do? I am going to subtract 3 from 10. That is 10 minus 3. For that, what I have to do? I have to take away 3 blocks, right? But before that, what you have to do is you have to find out the answer with your finger. We have 10 blocks and we got 3 here, so I have to fold 3. So I will fold 1, 2, 3. Now what is the answer? Let's count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So when I subtract 3 from 10, the answer is 7. Now you got the answer 7, right? Now you have to check whether you got the right answer. For that, what you have to do? You have to remove 3 blocks from this. 1, 2, 3. And now check it. How many blocks left out? 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So when we were doing 10 minus 3 with fingers, we got 7, and when we did with blocks, we got the answer 7. So our answer is correct, right? In this way, you can do many times. You can play this with your parents, and please practice subtraction. Before taking out the blocks, please do the subtraction with the fingers and check whether your answer is correct. Okay, please do this activity. So, like addition, subtraction is also very interesting, right? So, please practice more problems on subtraction. Now, children, can you tell me what is the time now? Some of you might be knowing to tell the time. Some might not be. That is okay. Now, we are going to learn some basics of time. Okay. Here, I have a clock. Can you see? Yes. A clock has 3 parts. You want to know which all are that? They are, this is clock's face. This round one is clock's face. And it has number from 1 to 12. How? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And like us, the clock has also 2 hands. What? We have same length hands. Clock has different length. One is short hand and another is long hand. This is short and this is long. Short hand, we call it as hour hand, and long hand, we call it as minute hand. Minute hand. Okay? Now look here. Here the minute hand is near 12 and our hand is pointing to. Correct? So, I will say the time is 2 o'clock. The time is 2 o'clock. So, whenever the minute hand points to 12 and our hand points to any other number, we call it that number o'clock. Okay, now here the our hand is pointing 9, the short hand is pointing 9. Now I will say the time is 9 o'clock. The time is 9 o'clock. And when it points here, can you tell me what is the time? It is 6 o'clock. And if it points here, tell me children, it is 5 o'clock. And at that time, when we say 5 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 10 o'clock or 12 o'clock, all the time the minute hand, the long hand will be on the 12, on the number 12. Now let's see how to write that 3 o'clock. How we can write 3 o'clock? For that, first you have to write the number 3. Then O, right? Then O. Then put an apostrophe like this. Then you have to write clock. C-L-O-C-K. In this way, we have to write 3 o'clock. And if it is 7 o'clock, same way. 7 C-L-O-C-K clock. Now let's do an activity on time. Okay, for that you have to draw 3 clocks in your drawing book. How to draw clock? Draw a circle and write from 1 to 12. And here I have written 4 o'clock, 6 o'clock and 9 o'clock. What you have to draw? You have to draw shorthand and longhand when the time is 4 o'clock. How it will look? Ma'am said, whenever we say 4 o'clock, 6 o'clock or 9 o'clock, the long hand points to 12. Correct? So, first I will draw like this. The long hand points to 12. And here I have to draw for 4 o'clock. So, where is shorthand points to? The shorthand has to point to 4. Now what is the time? 4 o'clock. The shorthand points to 4 and longhand points to 12 and the time is 4 o'clock. In the same way, for 6 o'clock, how will you do? The long hand points to 12 and shorthand, where it has to point? It has to point to 6. This is 6 o'clock. In the same way, I am not going to do this one. You have to do and show me during interactive class. Okay? So children, now let's do recap of what we have learned today. First, you listen to a story. What is the name of the story? Thumbelina. And what is the moral of the story? Whenever any problem comes, we should never give up. Right? We should try hard to overcome it, then we will get the best one. Then we learned about subtraction. What is subtraction means? Subtraction means taking away, and subtraction tells what is left out when we take away few objects from the group of objects. Then we learned how to see the time. Only basics. Correct? More than that you will learn when you reach first standard, second standard. Okay? So, please do all the activity what ma'am explained in the video and do the activity of time and show me during interactive class. Okay? Practice more subtraction problems. That's all for today. All of you take care. Bye bye.